Trust me, there is nothing that you are not going to be armed with when we're done. Doesn't matter what they ask you, you're going to have an answer. More than you're going to have 3 answers for everything they ask you. And it's going to get to the point they're going to throw another one out at you, and you're going to have an answer. They'll throw out another one, and you're going to have an answer. They'll throw out another one. Finally, they're going to say, look, stop taking stuff out of that briefcase. I'll just sign the paperwork. There's 3 things you need to know about objections. Number 1, it is having the determination to deal with it head on. That's the first D. The second D is having the right dialogue. She had that down pat. Will you cut your commission? She was pretty straightforward on that. No. But the third D is the delivery. So ask me, Linda, will I cut my commission? Will you cut your commission? No. Any more questions? I have that little laugh in the back of my throat, sort of like I'm kind of embarrassed you even asked. I feel simply, but okay, we got that out of the way. Now, that won't work all the time. He's going to look at her, she's going to look at him, and he's going to say, honey, I tried. And it'll work some of the time. They don't all work all of the time. If they say to me, well, the other agent said they'd do it for less, I'd say, ooh, have you ever made a mistake before? You're about to make another. Let me share with you what I mean. If that agent is that weak at protecting their own paycheck, how strong are they at protecting the sale price of your house? You need somebody that can demonstrate the ability to negotiate. And if they can't negotiate their own paycheck, I'd be very concerned if I was you. Okay? That's called the wimp agent dialogue. Well, let me ask you this. Will you at least come down 1%? I could, but I can't. But at the very least, let me show you how the money's divided up, because most people don't understand. 3% or half the commission goes to the agent that sells it. 1% goes to my broker. 1% I use for marketing. The last percent I have, half of it goes to the government. And the last half of 1%, that's what I have to make a living off of and make sure that I can pay my bills. And I think it would be really unfair for you to take that from me. Wouldn't you agree? And then you got to do those puppy dog eyes.
You can relate to everything that he says. He says, you know, they're sitting there and we're not signing anything. That's exactly how it goes. And he's got the experience and he knows what it's like to be in our shoes. And I think we relate really well.
The information is invaluable. He doesn't just give you the motivational talk. He gives you the facts, the tools, the systems that you need to achieve your success.
It works all the time. There's agents that have been in the business 20 years, and they say, so what'd you learn today? And I tell them a little something. Gee, that was good.
You know what's funny? You get a real estate license, they tell you you have to list property, but they don't tell you how. They say you got to be a listing agent, but nobody gives you the map on how to get there. If she didn't do all of that stuff, and the only thing Olivia focused on was finding somebody that wanted to sell a house in Mississauga this week, that was it. From the time she went in the office in the morning to the time she went home at night. Could Olivia find one person in Mississauga that would sign with her this week? Yeah. So she comes back and she says, Chris, that was really, really hard, but I got one. What do you want me to do now? And I say to you, Olivia, I want you to do it again. So she comes back after week 2, and now she's got 2 of these. And then she comes back week 3, and she's got 3. And after 4 weeks, she's got 4. And it goes on and on. At the end of the year, Olivia, how many listings would you have if that's what you did? How much? 50. I'm going to give you 2 weeks off. I'm not that tough. 50 listings. Now, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Most of you, if I said you're going to get 50 listings this year, you'd say, yeah, in your dreams. And when she gets the listing, she gets the sign calls, she gets the ad calls, and stuff starts to spin off. And get me another one, and get me another one, and get me another one. By the end of the year, Olivia, you're looking at a $300,000 a year income.
There's so much content that Chris brings and so much experience that Chris brings to the table that if I've had a rough day or a rough week or a bad presentation or I've had an objection that I didn't handle right, and I know I didn't handle it right because I didn't get the listing or I didn't get the sale, Chris is there either at the course or a phone call away.
I'm sure when Amy and I started out 4 years ago, she never dreamt that she'd be making almost $500,000 a year. And in any market, be it Miami, New York, or Toronto, that's a lot of money.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you're going to stop me at 10? He's at 10. You get 10 plus. You get more than you ever expected. And it's ongoing.
I have been able to double my income over the past 4 years, every year, and finish this year $430,000. And I couldn't have done it without Chris as a trainer. I was back year after year, and I thank him for that, I really do.
Hi, I'm Chris Leader. At this point, you're faced with making a decision. You want to increase your sales volume, listing inventory, and just be in better overall control of your career. then I know your decision is going to be straightforward. I look forward to seeing you at our next event.